Welcome back, everyone. In today's news recap, we've got a packed episode with updates on Russian disinformation in the U.S. election, record-breaking early voting, a Trump campaign complaint against the UK's Labour Party, and more. Stay tuned as we dive into these top stories and others making headlines today. Russian disinformation targets Tim Walz in 2024 election. A senior U.S. intelligence official has confirmed that Russian disinformation groups are spreading false claims aimed at Democratic vice presidential candidate Tim Walz. One viral video featured a man posing as a former student of Walz, accusing him of misconduct. Investigators have found that the man in the video is an imposter, and private researchers have tied the video to Russian disinformation campaigns. This is part of a broader effort to undermine Democratic candidates ahead of the 2024 election. Just last month, another disinformation campaign falsely accused Vice President Kamala Harris of being involved in a hit-and-run incident. While some experts believe AI might have been used in these videos, federal officials have not confirmed this. What's clear is that foreign actors continue to sow discord in the run-up to the election. Record-breaking early voting in key states. Early voting numbers are surging in swing states like Georgia and North Carolina, where over 19 million ballots have already been cast. Former President Donald Trump, who previously discouraged early voting, has now changed his stance and is urging his supporters to vote early. Though early voting data only reflects party registration and not specific candidate support, turnout records have been set in states like South Carolina. Despite challenges in mail-in voting, especially in battleground states like Pennsylvania, where Democrats have cast more mail ballots, Republicans are optimistic about their chances this year. Trump campaign files complaint against UK's Labour Party. Donald Trump's campaign has filed a complaint with the Federal Election Commission, accusing the UK's Labour Party of blatant foreign interference in the 2024 US election. The complaint claims that nearly 100 Labour staffers traveled to the US to campaign for Vice President Kamala Harris. Labour leader Keir Starmer has denied any official party involvement, explaining that the volunteers participated on their own time and at their own expense. The complaint highlights a now-deleted LinkedIn post that raised questions about Labour's potential financial support for these volunteers. U.S. laws prohibit foreign entities from contributing to election campaigns, so the FEC may investigate these allegations further. Rudy Giuliani ordered to surrender assets to Georgia election workers. A federal judge has ordered Rudy Giuliani to hand over assets, including his New York apartment, luxury watches, and a Mercedes-Benz, to Georgia election workers Ruby Freeman and Shay Moss. This follows a defamation ruling that found Giuliani liable for falsely accusing the workers of election fraud during the 2020 election. Giuliani's attempt to block the workers from pursuing legal fees owed by Donald Trump was denied by the judge, giving Freeman and Moss immediate authority to liquidate the assets. Giuliani's legal team has condemned the decision, calling it an attempt to bully and intimidate him through the courts. Gallup poll shows economic pessimism among Americans. A recent Gallup poll reveals that 52% of Americans feel worse off now than they were 4 years ago, with only 39% saying they are better off. The poll also shows a stark divide along party lines. 72% of Democrats feel better off, compared to just 35% of independents and 7% of Republicans. Economic confidence is low, with the Gallup Economic Confidence Index at 26, reflecting widespread concern about personal finances. With the economy and immigration tied as the top voter concerns, this comes at a critical time as the U.S. presidential election nears. Vice President Kamala Harris holds a narrow lead over Donald Trump in national polls, but economic pessimism could play a major role in shaping the final outcome. John Kelly claims Trump praised Adolf Hitler. In a bombshell revelation, former White House Chief of Staff John Kelly has claimed that Donald Trump once praised Adolf Hitler during his time in office, saying, "Hitler did some good things too." Kelly also stated that Trump expressed admiration for authoritarian figures and asked, "Why can't you be like the German generals?" when discussing military loyalty. Trump's campaign has dismissed Kelly's claims as fabricated, but other former Trump officials, including John Bolton and Mark Milley, have echoed similar concerns about Trump's authoritarian tendencies. Vice President Kamala Harris called Trump's comments deeply troubling and warned that his desire for military loyalty is a threat to U.S. democracy. That wraps up today's news recap. If you found these stories insightful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.